Dr. Gustafson, could you just illuminate us as to any issues you have with the plan to wear masks in schools? A lot of people are concerned that within the so-called learning groups, the students won't have to wear masks. What are your thoughts on that?
So again, thank you for the question. And again, just to reiterate, I'm just so pleased to see the effort that we're all making together to get kids back into school. It's just so important. With respect to masks, we know that masks in general are quite low on the hierarchy of protections for COVID-19. And that's why they're limited. When we do recommend them, they're limited to the settings where usually during brief periods of time, the other control methods cannot be used. We know that children, again, are not very efficient transmitters of COVID-19, but we also know that you can limit the number, and they are at much, much lower risk of significant health outcomes from COVID-19 infection. We know that the most effective way of, again, of preventing COVID-19 is to make sure that you stay at home if you are sick. We know that we can add an important additional layer of protection by keeping our groups small, which is what the learning groups are about, and the decision to use masks as an additional layer of protection in the situations where the other control measures can't be put in place is something that is being taken right now, and as every other control measure will be evaluated to make sure that it is that children and students are able to do it safely and that it does provide an added benefit. But as to your question as to whether I am concerned that children are not going to be wearing masks in other situations, based on all the information that's available to us about COVID in schools, no, I am not.
Do you have a follow-up, Mike?
Well, I was just going to ask about ventilation. Is there anything being done to improve ventilation within the classrooms at older schools?
I'm actually not aware if that's a particular intervention that's in place right now. It's certainly something that we can get back to you on. I don't know if Minister Dix has anything further to add.
Mike, I think the Minister of Education did a detailed press conference with some changes today, and I'm sure he'd be happy to respond. I think what you're seeing are two things. One, an extraordinary effort together by people involved to make sure that children and young people, teenagers, are safe when they go back to school, which is essential and important. And the effort, of course, to ensure that people do have the chance and the opportunity, and children do have the opportunity to get back to school. So extraordinary measures are taken. As you're aware, some $45 million in expenditures is being distributed across BC to make schools safer. And I'm sure the Minister of Education would have more to say on the details of that if you were to ask him.